Hello, everyone. We're going to be going over how to use Chain Fusion for DeFi. I'm just going to invite them onto the stage now.
All right.
Hello, Ray. Welcome to the stage.
Hello, Emma. Thank you.
Everyone, you can ask your questions in the chat as well, and I'll be in the background if you need anything. I'll leave it to you.
All right. Yeah, let's get started. Let me share the screen. Okay. Hopefully everyone can see the presentation in full screen. Okay. Yeah, GM. Hello, everyone. I'm Ray from Bitomni. Welcome everyone to attend this presentation of Bitcoin Educate series. The topic for today is Chain Fusion and DeFi. And since we are a Bitomni team, I think it is the best to use Bitomni as the example. Okay, I see our link in the chat. Yeah, as the example to demonstrate how we utilize Chain Fusion technology to achieve DeFi, or to be specific, BTCFi. And yeah, let's get started. Hopefully this presentation lasts about 45 minutes, and I will try to leave 15 minutes for the Q&A session. Okay. All right. The series is structured as into 5 different questions. I will try to answer these questions in order to introduce all the concepts and discuss all the details of the Chain Fusion, DeFi, BTCFi, and what is Bitomni, and what is the BitoBridge, which is the first step we have, and how does BitoBridge work. We're gonna dive into a little bit tech detail, but not too much, since all the details are explicitly discussed in ICP's documentation. So I won't go too much detail into it, and not into the codes for sure. But if you are interested in tech details, we can always talk about it after the presentation. And since our code has not been open sourced yet, it is it is impossible to show you guys code for now, but we will open source our code soon. So yeah, let's leave that for the later. Okay, the first question: what are DeFi and BTCFi? Since the topic is Chain Fusion and DeFi, I think it is good to set a foundation, for the future slides. So I think most of you understand what is DeFi, and DeFi, decentralized finance. I think everyone knows about it. It is a financial system built on blockchain technology. In case of ICP, we say all the dApps such as ICP Swap, ICP-EX, and other financial solutions built on ICP are DeFi dApps on ICP. And the important feature of DeFi is that it operates without relying on traditional centralized financial intermediaries such as banks and brokerage or exchanges. Instead, it uses decentralized protocols, smart contracts, and blockchain networks to enable peer-to-peer financial interactions and services. So this is the definition. I just read through the definition to avoid making mistakes, but I think some of you experienced the DeFi summer or the previous cycles of the Web3 industry, but maybe some of you didn't. So if we go back to that time, there are several interesting verticals or vertical markets for DeFi. I listed a few here in the slides. I'll go through each of this one and make some examples for each one verticals. And the first one, the most prominent one is the decentralized exchange, short for DEX. And the most famous DEX, or the original one, would be the Uniswap. Uniswap revolutionized the way trading occurs on blockchain. It eliminates the need for order books and the centralized exchanges. It still runs smoothly, and I think it's a quite successful project. This has a very small team, and it operates for a long time without any issue. And as I mentioned earlier, we have also DEX on IC. In the ICP ecosystem, we do know there are ICP swaps and ICP EX, and also Lighthouse. And in our BitoBridge, we integrated the ICP swap as the default DEX. And the second vertical is lending and borrowing. For lending and borrowing, I'd like to mention ARF and Compound. ARF introduced the concept of flash loans. Some of you may know about it, which allows for instant uncollateralized borrowing, showcase DeFi flexibility and innovation, which was quite interesting back then. And the other example of lending and borrowing vertical would be Compound. It's popularized the concept of earning interest on crypto holdings through lending pools, providing a foundational layers for DeFi. This concept expands later on into different kind of DeFi services. And the next one is yield farming and liquidity mining. For this, I'd like to mention Yearn Finance. Yearn Finance aggregates various yield opportunities in DeFi, automating the process of yield farming and optimizing returns for users. And the next one, synthetic assets and derivatives. This one is a little bit complicated. I won't go into detail for this one. And stable coins. This is very important. For stable coins, there are like we can say two general categories. One is centralized stable coins, and another one would be decentralized stable coins, maybe like backed by algorithms. And for decentralized stable coins, the example would be DAI DAI. DAI is a stable of DeFi, a stable coin, providing a decentralized stable assets that is currently widely used across the ecosystem. And as for decentralized stable coins, we have USDC and USDT. As far as I recall, USDT has like $119 billion circulation, something like that, and the USDC has about 40 billion, which are huge as well. So those two centralized stablecoins are dominant in the industry. Okay, enough for DeFi. So what is BTCFi? I think the topic of this presentation should be modified to Chain Fusion and the BTCFi, because we are working on BTCFi specifically. So BTCFi is easy to understand, BTC plus DeFi. It refers to integrating BTC into the DeFi ecosystem, allowing Bitcoin and its emerging tokens such as Ordinals, Ruins, BRC20 to be utilized in various DeFi applications, mostly on other blockchain networks, beyond Bitcoin and its tokens native blockchain, which is Bitcoin blockchain. So there are some possible products for BTCFi markets. The first one would be BTC as collateral. We can make stable coins out of it. Just collateralize your Bitcoin and generate stable coins that can be used across DeFi applications on multiple blockchains. And the other one would be bridging and wrapping, which is what we do in BitoBridge. And this is kind of like the infra to the entire BTCFi market. And also yield generation. This includes multiple situations such as earning yield on Bitcoin holdings through lending, staking, or even restaking, liquidity provision, and other DeFi activities. Restaking is kind of like a hot topic right now. Like you guys probably know Babylon, and what is the other project? I cannot recall its name. Oh, BounceBeat. Those two are BTCFi products specifically working on restaking of Bitcoin, using Bitcoin stakings to provide security to other POS blockchains, that kind of service, which is similar to EigenLayer. This is quite popular now. And the reason we are like working in this BTCFi services is mainly because it's a huge market. So let's look at these two charts. The chart on the left shows the market cap of Bitcoin comparing to Ethereum. Bitcoin basically is 4 times of Ethereum's market cap. And the chart on the right shows the TVL, or total value locked, in Bitcoin right now and Ethereum right now, and hopefully Bitcoin in the future. So we can see that the TVL in the Ethereum ecosystem is like, what is the Bitcoin equal? Okay, that's a good question. I will try to answer that later. And yeah, it's basically representing BTCFi in this context, which means all these possible DeFi applications involve BTC, which is almost zero right now. So that's why we don't have any value there. And for Ethereum ecosystem, TVL is like 130 billion, something like that. And if we, take the value on the left chart and make an educated guess on the BTCFi future, it is safe to say, or it is possible to say that BTCFi might have similar times of like the market cap of Ethereum, which is 4 times of Ethereum, which will result in like over $500 billion market, a $500 billion market, which is huge. So what is Chain Fusion? It's basically, I would say it's a collection of ICP technologies, and it is wrapped into, it's kind of like a framework or a feature or capability of ICs. It's unique to ICP. And yeah, it's a bit, the main feature of Chain Fusion is to integrate and interact with multiple blockchain ecosystems directly through internet computer using canisters or smart contracts running on IC, which is running in decentralized and secure methods. And this is what is Chain Fusion the same as cross-chain integration? That's a good question. It is. They have similarities and the difference, but in this context, those two terms can be interchangeable. So yeah, okay. I'll go back to this Chain Fusion overview. I borrowed this from the ICP's documentation. It is clear. It is quite clear. So let's look at the chart. Okay, thank you. Yeah, no problem. At the bottom of the chart, this integration, I'll go back to those two. But right now, you guys can just think of the lower part is all about ICP's subnets and nodes and other blockchains, okay? And the important part is here, threshold signing. Threshold signing is also a unique technology feature of ICPs. And here, take example as ECDSA signature, which is integrating with threshold signing. We normally say it as a TECDSA, and it is important to this signature is crucial for integrating with Bitcoin natively. I'll talk about that later. And this key management layer is the central part of this chain fusion capability. And also at the top, we have this ICP smart contracts, which are those unique but basic features of ICP. One of those is computing and storage. We know that we have very cheap computation and storage capabilities on IC, and also we have capability of timers and also randomness, which are not rare, cannot be seen on other blockchains. And also there are like Web2 integrations through features like HTTP outcalls, stuff like that. Anyways, let's go back to this lower level. And for integration, we have blockchain and other chains. Blockchain is special. The reason Bitomni can build a series of BTCFi solutions upon IC, leveraging chain fusion technology, is because chain fusion provides Bitcoin integration at a protocol level. The way it achieves it is like you can think it as the nodes in a Bitcoin subnet within the IC network holds Bitcoin nodes, and through Bitcoin adapters, the nodes or canisters within ICP can talk to Bitcoin network directly, meaning it can sign transactions through like using TECDSA signature on Bitcoin directly. So, which is awesome. And the other integration type would be for this using decentralized RPC integration. Basically, these IC nodes talk to the RPC nodes of other blockchains and listen for the events and do some actions accordingly. Okay. So chain fusion use cases, there are many use cases I can think of, and also it shows on the website. And since today's topic is about DeFi, I listed a few within this regime. The first one would be cross-chain wallets. Yeah, just as you asked, Maria, these I use cross-chain here, so basically it is interchangeable to chain fusion here. So cross-chain wallet means like we can build will be the recording sent to us after. I think it is, they are recording it, and I will definitely send the PowerPoint to the organizer so they can share it to you guys. So yeah, should be okay. And for the cross-chain wallet, what I mean is like we can use chain fusion technology to build a wallet that basically lives on ICP but manage assets across multiple blockchains. For example, I have assets on Ethereum, I have assets on Arbitrum, but my application, the backend and front end of my wallet application are all run on IC, run in these canisters on IC. So that would be very cool. And the other one is cross-chain bridge. Yeah, this is what we are doing in BitoBridge. So I will talk about it when it goes to the BitoBridge section. And cross-chain swap, it's similar to bridge, but a little bit different concept. Swap is, I define swap as you use token one to exchange for to change for like exchange for another token, let's say token 2. And the cross-chain swap would be like you have, let's say, you have token 1 on Ethereum, and you want to change it to token 2 on another blockchain, let's say Solana. Yeah, if we build a cross-chain swap, it would be easier for a user to just do this kind of like a cross-chain swapping. But right now, I don't see, as far as I know, there's no like a product like this. It is complicated without chain fusion technology. But with chain fusion technology, it is possible to build it, although it is still a little bit complicated. Anyways, yes, and I would like to share 2 useful links regarding chain fusion, since I don't know the background of the audience behind the screen, but I assume some of you are builders, developers, and maybe some of you are planning to attend the hackathons of ICPs. And if that's the case, please take a look at these 2 links. And the first one is, I don't know whether you can see it anyway. Yeah, the first one is actually the website, a subpage of IC's website talking about chain fusion in general. By looking at the first link, you can get a high level view of what chain fusion is way better than what I explained. And also there are some like use cases and code examples, which is a good starter for building chain fusion applications. And the second link is the developer documentation, which for sure includes all the important information such as the terminologies, the definition of all the key concepts, and some examples and some code base links to the GitHub repo, stuff like that. So if you are developers, make sure you visit these 2 links if you want to build dApps using chain fusion technology. That would be very helpful. Okay, let's keep going. So we know what is DeFi and what is BTCFi and what is chain fusion in general. So we have enough information to dive into Bitomni. Bitomni is BTCFi driven omnichain management protocol, and it is entirely built on IC using chain fusion technology. And we can see here, this is a high-level architecture diagram of Bitomni. And you can consider Bitomni protocol as a series of canisters. I never built anything on blockchain before. Can I start from links? But they are not beginner-friendly. They are, sorry, yeah, I'll answer Maria's question. They are beginner-friendly. To some extent, I think it is very good that those documentations are categorized or tagged as easy, medium, and hard level. So you can, when you read the documentation, you can have, what you are reading, and you expect to see some like easy stuff or hard stuff. So start with the easy stuff, and if you have some coding experience and engineering background, it should be fairly easy to grasp some basic concepts and start building using the example codes they provided. So just try that. You should be fine with it. And let me go back to the structure of Bitomni. So yeah, as I mentioned, we can just take the Bitomni protocol as a bunch of canisters running on IC. And this is not the most important part of our work. What we are trying to do is, we build a Bitomni protocol, but we haven't opened the protocol to other developers to build. The reason is that we want to, build our dApps using Bitomni protocol first in order to make sure this protocol is good enough and also to optimize the protocol before we release it to other developers. So with that in mind, we've planned several dApps, and the first four I would like to talk about it a little bit. BitoBridge is in testnet stage. It's a BTC omnichain bridge. I will talk about it in detail, so I'll omit it here. And the second one is called BitoIndexer, which is a Bitcoin or decentralized Bitcoin meta protocol indexer. Sounds a little bit complicated, but it is easy. It's an indexer to index the meta protocol data of Bitcoin. So for example, if someone wants to build a marketplace for ordinals or runes or BRC20, they need indexers like this. But currently, most of the indexers available in the market are centralized indexers, which, it has pros and cons. It is efficient, but sometimes in the decentralized world, especially for like Bitcoin maximalists, they think decentralization should be the way to go. So we want to build, we believe that as well. So we want to build it on IC to make it a decentralized indexer. This is in development stage. And the third one is called BitoBridge staking. It is similar to the one I mentioned earlier, Babylon. So what we are trying to do is we build a Babylon on IC. The advantage of building this Bitcoin restaking service on IC comparing to Babylon is that we don't need to bootstrap our own network. Babylon has their own blockchain network, which requires a lot of efforts in development and also in resources. They have to find their own miners or validators, stuff like that, which is quite hard for a startup team. Instead, we decide to utilize the power of ICP's foundation, ICP's infrastructure, I would say, and build the Bitcoin restaking service on IC. So we don't need to bootstrap our own network. ICP is the network, and the security of BTC restaking is secured by IC network. Okay, so this dApp is in research stage. And also the other one, we call it BitoBank. It's basically a BTC lending and borrowing service. And you should know that since I talked about it in previous slide, it's one of the BTCFi market. Just lend Bitcoin to someone who wants to borrow it. So this is also in research stage. And we will build a suite of dApps upon Bitomni protocol, which is built on IC using chain fusion technology. And you can imagine like chain fusion is is within this Bitomni protocol. It's everywhere. And for the blockchains, since it's chain fusion, and also because we are BTCFi driven, we have to support Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is the largest one and the most important one. And also for other networks, there are like regular ones. We have to firstly we support Ethereum layer 1 and also a bunch of Ethereum layer 2s, and there are some projects positioned as layer 3s, maybe like we also support those, but that's not very important right now. And another important chain would be move-based blockchains. We are supporting Sui soon, and we have actually developed the integration of Aptos. We just didn't release it. And another one would be Solana with the threshold EDDSA signature in production. This is also, provided by the Definity Foundation team, which is a unique feature of ICP as well. And with that in production, we should be able to integrate Solana chain very easily. And also there are, like Polkadot and Cosmos, this kind of layer 0 blockchains and some of the layer 1s within those ecosystems. And also another particular interesting category would be Bitcoin layer 2s or sidechains with, I will show it in the BitoBridge demonstration, but we have integrated some of the Bitcoin layer 2s. Okay, so this is a high-level overview of Bitomni. So what is BitoBridge? Since BitoBridge is one of our dApps, and let's get into a little bit detail into it. So BitoBridge is a BTC omnichain bridge. As far as I know, it's first ever, but I might be wrong, so there's a question mark here. So anyways, I take it as the first ever Bitcoin omnichain bridge. And it is decentralized and the trust minimized because it is built on ICP. And also it is a two-way or bi-directional bridge. And it supports Bitcoin and also ICRC standards, which means ICP tokens. For example, if you have chat or ghost, which are ICP tokens, you can also bridge those tokens using our bridge to other blockchain ecosystems. Okay, so there's a overview structure of BitoBridge version 2. We've integrated. We have upgraded our bridge from V1 to V2, and because there was major structure optimization occurred. So for the V2, we have this quite simple structure actually. We have a hub canister, okay, which is the core of the entire BitoBridge. Now, so we have relayers for each supported blockchain, and also a canister. And the hub canister and relayer canisters, it says SNS here, but it hasn't been SNS'd. It is still controlled by our team, but hopefully it will be made into a DAO in the SNS sale process. Hopefully it happens in October. That's the plan. But anyways, so all these canisters here within this circle are on ICP, okay? So everything outside the circle are not on ICP. There are different blockchain networks. For example, this one is EVM blockchain and Moonbase blockchain, blah, blah, blah. And the special one would be Bitcoin blockchain. To interact with Bitcoin blockchain, we utilize CKBTC, or in other words, Bitcoin integration of ICPs. And for interacting with other blockchains, such as EVM blockchains, we have several contracts. The important one would be the helper contract, which basically manages all the ledger contracts. Ledger contracts, it is safe to understand it as ERC20 contracts, which means ERC20 tokens on EVM blockchains. And the helper contract manages all these ERC20 contracts. For example, if we want to support chat, we need to, the helper contract will be doing a work of, generating a new ledger contract of chat and managing all the actions there. So awesome. Okay, thank you. yeah, this is the still like a very, very high level architecture of BitoBridge. It seems simple, but it is really hard to realize all the features, especially when you consider it, like you want to put into production. And like the bridge is an easy target or the more important target for all the hackers because there are cryptocurrency or money involved in it. So when we did our coding, there was a lot of unexpected technical details occurred, and we had to solve all those issues. And during this process, the help from Definitive Foundation team was great, and we had a lot of interesting discussions, and they did a lot of help on this, and also with the transfusion technology as the ground, so as the basis, it is so far seems it runs well. BitoBridge runs well, and yeah. Okay, so this chart might be looks a little bit difficult for you. I will try to explain it real quick. Let me bring a larger one so I can see it better. So this is what we call sequence diagram of like it's quite important for the dev team to write their codes. So before writing codes, we will like design our overall architecture, and after that, we will have several sequence diagrams. For BitoBridge, we actually have at least five or six sequence diagrams. I put one of those here as an example. This one is a sequence diagram for bridging token from Bitcoin blockchain to EVM blockchains. So there are like 9 participants or 9 actors involved in this sequence diagram, which are Bitcoin relayer, CKBTC minter, and of course Bitcoin blockchain, and also EVM wallet such as MetaMask, and BitoBridge Hub, which is one of our canister on IC, and CKBTC ledger, EVM helper contract, EVM ledger contract, and the EVM relayer. So all these actors or participants are the ones you saw in the overall architecture in the previous slide. So you should be able to map these actors in your mind, put it back into this structure. So time-wise, like if user want to bridge Bitcoin from Bitcoin native blockchain to, let's say, Ethereum layer 1 blockchain, he or she needs to, the operation for the user is simple, but behind the scene or under the hood, there are a lot of logics involved. So user need to, first, once user submit the transaction or start the bridging, we call get BTC address, and we parse in the argument of recipient to Bitcoin relayer, and the Bitcoin relayer path call the same function to CKBTC minter, which is provided by the ICP network. And it gets back BTC address all the way back to the user. Yeah, it's here, back to the user. And then user call the sign transaction function with the arguments of TX ID, target chain ID, and amount of the token he or she wants to bridge to EVM wallet. And EVM wallet needs user signature. So it goes back to here. It is too small for me to see, but yeah. And then user call bridge function, which is the core function of BitoBridge with the argument of encode data. It's like a convoluted structure with TXID, amount, target chain ID, and signature, of course. And gets if everything goes right, it gets okay here. And so basically, the actions on either side is ended here. After that, we see a small circle here. That means Bitcoin relayer does this update balance thing within its it's within its code snip, and then also calls bridge function to the BitoBridge hub, and then BitoBridge hub calls the transfer function, and we're gonna pass in the from account and to account and amount. There's an explanation of from account to account. It's a complicated account structure specific to ICP. I don't want to explain in detail, but yes. So once this has been called, the CKBTC ledger will return a block index back to BitoBridge hub, and then BitoBridge hub does this encode and sign within it. Okay. And in the meantime, user can get history, call get history here, and they will get history list back. So this will be shown on the front end of the application, which I will show in the demo session. By then you will know what does this mean. So just leave it here right now. And then, so after this, you can think that you can take it as users Bitcoin already been bridged to another blockchain, to the target chain. But after that, it needs to be claimed by user. So we see this here, this minter session, a minter function. User call mint function to the EVM helper contract, and the EVM helper contract calls internal function, also called mint, to the EVM ledger contract, and then all the way, like return okay all the way back to user. So this mint or claim process has been completed. So there's a loop, I don't want to mention it, and all those are like logics outside of the core logic. So I hope I explained it successfully. But yeah, if there's any question regarding this sequence diagram, please let me know in the chat area. I'd like to, so show some data. We have over 120K transactions since the launch of BitoBridge V2. It's within a month, and we've seen almost 10,000 transactions like every 12 or 24 hours for a recent couple of days. So it has been increasing, And the last part for this presentation would be how does BitoBridge work? I would like to, share another screen. Give me a minute. Here. Share. Okay. Yeah. You should be able to see this. And if you are interested, you can visit the site directly by visiting the .bitomni.io. It's gonna direct you to the testnet version 2. Okay, so if you are using this, the first thing you need to do is connect your wallet. Since we are building on IC, it is required to log in using IC's wallet, either internet identity or a plug wallet, NFID, Bitfinity wallet, either one of those. I never built anything. Oh, okay. Is there a new message here? All right. Stay with me. You cannot see it, but I'm signing my internet identity. I'm logging in. Okay. So yeah, I won't disconnect those two and connect it again. It takes that time. So anyways, so if I connect the internet computer and also EVM chains with EVM wallet and blockchain Bitcoin blockchains using Unisat, I should be able to use all the features of BitoBridge, which are basically bridging tokens among different chains. So for the source chain, we support, like I said, we support Bitcoin to different blockchains, internet computer, Ethereum, Arbitrum, and Strato VM, which is Bitcoin layer 2 EVM compatible Bitcoin layer 2 blockchain, and also Polygon, I think, as EVM layer 2. And right now we only support test BTC because it's in testnet stage. Once it go mainnet, we'll support BTC here. So let me try. Yeah, okay. So BTC network that does not work right now, so I cannot show you this because the CK test BTC canister of ICP is in maintenance. But I can show you this from internet computer to, let's select Arbitrum. So as I said, the BitoBridge supports bridging Bitcoin and also ICRC tokens. So now I'm showing, the ICRC token bridging side of things. So for ICRC tokens, we support those two test tokens, CK test BTC, which I don't have, but test Bito I do have. So let me try to bridge 50 test Bito to Arbitrum as testbito.org. Okay. So there are some fees, transaction fee, which is charged by internet computer, and protocol fee, which is charged by BitoBridge. And so this is auto confirmation page. It shows where you're gonna, bridge it from and where does it go. Okay. Always signing. Hope it goes smoothly. Bridging. So imagine all these, those like logics and processes I just showed you in the sequence diagram occurred just now, and bridge successful. And yes, we can see the bridging history in the history table instantly for bridging between ICP and other blockchains. So yeah, this is the transaction I just did. The detail, so everything is here. And there are 4 steps. Currently, we are in the second step, which tells us to wait about 1 to 3 minutes. And then we can claim test Bito. Okay. And let's wait a little bit maybe, or maybe not. I did, yes. For the presentation, I did the exactly same bridge 14 hours ago. So I can just claim, oh, okay, this is claimable. It's fast. Let's claim it on Arbitrum. So in order to claim it on Arbitrum, we need to have some test is on Arbitrum blockchain. It is claimed now. So yeah, it is completed, successful. Okay. And oh, it's already 47 minutes. Yes, and there are different, routes and the different combinations for the bridging. I encourage you to just try it yourself. It is easy if you have all these wallets. Just open up the app and connect the wallet, and oh, okay. Before you can do the testing, you maybe need to claim some test tokens. Test Bito, you can claim it claim 100 Bitom for each 12 hours. And you can also claim test BTC. We don't have test BTC, so you need to claim it in like other faucets. But we did provide a link to the one of the faucets, so you can just click here and claim test BTC as well. Okay, I think let me wrap up the presentation so I can leave some time for the questions. All right, let's go back to the presentation and wrap it up. I do have some takeaways. So the first one, DeFi and BTCFi are still very, like DeFi is still very essential to all the developers and the investors and actually everyone involved in the Web3 or blockchain industry. And BTCFi will be very essential, I think, in soon in this cycle. So the second takeaway is that chain fusion is the best option if you want to build cross-chain dApps. And Bitomni is a BTCFi-driven omnichain protocol that leverages chain fusion technologies. And also, I would like to emphasize that BitoBridge should be the first ever BTC omnichain bridge, and we take it as an essential infra to the entire BTCFi market. Okay, that's wrap up of the presentation, and thank you. There are 3 barcodes here, QR codes here, and the first one is we have an article on Definitive Forum, which introduces the Bitomni project and also BitoBridge and our plan for SNS sale. So if you are interested, please read it. And the second one is for the BitoBridge version 2 testnet, and the third one is our X formerly Twitter account, Bitomni Global. So that would be all for my presentation today. Thank you. Any questions? Any advice for someone? So Emma, should I just take questions in the chat, or is there any other agenda here?
Just the questions in the chat.
Okay. All right. I think I answered most of the questions. There's one left. Any advice for someone who's just starting out in Web3? It is hard to answer it, but what is the? I would answer your question with a question. What is the aim or primary goal of yours? So, are you a developer or to build impactful flow? Okay, all right, and yeah, again, I don't know your background, but if you want to build a Web2, okay, all right, you are a Web2 developer but want to build impactful projects in Web3, then it might be good to start with, learning basic concepts of Web3, what is decentralization, what is this P2P network. When I first stepped into Web3, I started reading Bitcoin white paper, 9-page white paper, quite concise one, but very deep. You can learn essential concepts of Web3 or blockchain in that paper. So that would be a good start. And yeah, don't get stuck with it. Just read it and try to understand and move on. And then I would go, try to build some actual dApps, maybe on IC, since you are listening this. And yeah, first I was building on Ethereum, but eventually I switched to ICP because I realized the uniqueness of ICP's technology and also its architecture. It is super advanced and still, a lot of technological concepts of ICPs are ahead of other blockchains I think for a long time. And yeah, ICP would be a good start. And if you know Rust or Protocol, and yeah, if JavaScript and Python, it should be able to build on ICP as well. It depends on what type of dApps you want to build. And if all those languages are not in your pocket, maybe you can learn Solidity. That's easier to learn compared to Rust, and try to build on the traditional blockchains such as Ethereum and other EVM compatible chains. That would be also a good starter. Yeah. Okay, thanks. All right. And Anthony, what will be the process of bridging new ICRC token which are not listed on BitoBridge? Oh, that's a very good question, actually. And for now, in the testnet stage, we are not able to add other ICRC tokens because those tokens either don't have test tokens or we don't have access to those. So in the testnet for ICRC token, we only support CK test BTC and test BITO, which is our own token. But once BitoBridge goes to mainnet, and let's assume our SNet sale is successful, that means BitoBridge will be governed by DAO, by a decentralized autonomous organization. If that happens, there will be a proposal needed and also a voting process to vote to support the chat token. Once that goes through, once that's successful, yeah, also there are some like coding and compiling CD and CI stuff going on in the background, but yeah, the chat token will be supported after the proposal and voting. Okay. And IC wallet is required. It is right now. Yes, Adam. IC wallet, it is required to use BitoBridge right now. Although theoretically or logically, if you only want to bridge, let's say Bitcoin from BTC blockchain to Ethereum blockchain, ideally you don't need internet. You don't need IC wallets or internet identity. But right now, in order to provide a unified experience for IC community, we do require connect IC wallets or internet identity if you want to use the application. Yes, no problem, Anthony. That's a really good question, actually. All right, thanks, Adam. No problem, Adam. Thank you.
It looks like we are out of questions as well and out of time. So thank you so much, Ray, and see you guys next time for the second to last edition of the ICP Chain Fusion Educate. Thank you everyone in the chat as well for attending and all the questions. And yeah, bye-bye.
All right, thank you, Emma. Thank you, everyone. If there's any more questions, just you know how to reach me. Thank you.